So you're asking how to decide between two dating options when plans for conflict and establish friends with benefit situation that is easy, comfortable, and predictable with low effort and guarantee sex. And on the other hand, like a newer girl who's more intriguing or attracting, but require more investment, like maybe a date or has less certainty.
You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
So you're wondering if there is like a set of rules that I would apply in this case. Well, I think for me, I think about like this completely differently. The way I think about that is you are here to learn game and never have really to ask yourself that question. What about getting the two girls? Like that should be a no-brainer. Like why do you have this choice or this choice? Take the two girls, no matter what. I'm not really sure exactly how your question is really where's the conflict, but yeah, get the two girls on date and fuck both of them. You here because you trying to learn a skill set, and that skill set should really open you like to the idea that you can do anything you want in this area. And there's a lot of girls and there's only one of you, so you decide what do you want to do with your time. But you can bring the two girls on a date. You can have a threesome with them. You can have all kinds of options, but it's ultimately at the end of the day what I'm prioritizing is my skill set, because the girl is really not gonna give you the happiness here, but you be able to do what the fuck you want to do, like a very wealthy person, is ultimately what you want to have. You want to have choice, you want to have abundance. So those are like questions that are more to me like uh, telling you that you spending too much time thinking versus acting. Those questions I heard in the community, in guys who learn game, they want to be better with girls all the freaking time. This I've seen this on forum. I've seen this in real life. They ask you questions that are like peanuts, and I trying to concentrate really on like the higher problem, which ultimately is thinking about long term. You wondering like in this case if you should invest your time. You should know this because you have enough reference experience that tell you at this level of my skill set, if I spend more time with this one, that's gonna give me that. And again, there's no guarantee, so what's the point? I think it's not really a good question. The real good question is what you're trying to achieve. Um, like, is it the skill set, or is it just the girl that you have like in front of you? To me, this question has been answered a long time ago. A long time ago, I would always prioritize the long term goal. So if there's two girls and one is way more attractive, way harder to get, I would pick that. I would pick 100% the harder set, the one was that the less chance of results. And why is that? Because you want to learn, and the only way you're gonna get a result is by learning. You are exactly where you are right now with the knowledge that you have. If you would know better, you would do better. If you would know better, you would do better. And right now, what you're lacking is that knowledge. If you're asking that question, it's because you don't know what's gonna be the outcome. You're gambling. You're still trying to get lucky with any situation, and you not focusing on like the right metrics to me. But yeah, sure. Like I get it. You have opportunity in your funnel, like seeing girls on date. I don't date girl anymore. I don't have time for that. That's a fact. I really like last time I took a girl on a date. God, that was actually my girlfriend for like the last 8 months. I took her because I wanted to have a threesome with her, so I took her on a date to going out, which is a very different problem. But yeah, few years back, I would date girl, and I would date multiple girl back to back. So that's not a problem to do. So I think going back again to the question, trying to really answer you, you you getting caught up in the sauce because you always think about short term, and that's a bad habit. That's a really 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 bad habit, because at the end of the day you're gonna get the result with this girl or the other girl. It doesn't really matter. What you're gonna be happy with is who you became, and again, game to me is more something extremely personal, where you're gonna be happy with the result that you've been wanted for a while, and you wanted to change. If you're here, if you're listening, it's because your dating results are not aligned with your expectation and you're not too happy with it. Otherwise you would not be here trying to learn something new. You would just do it. So the guys that are extremely good, the best natural, like if I see, like if I'm around Jeff, they never really ask those type of questions. Never. They got other shit to do in their life. Like if your life is dope, the girl should be begging to go on a date with you, both of them, and you should not even have time for dating girls, because you got so much win in your life, so much things going on in your life, that you don't have like that luxury of time. Like sure, if you like dates, that's fine. I don't mind going on a date. It's kind of like cool once in a while, but honestly, I think it's really about focusing on long-term growth, and pick the hardest set. Definitely, if you have the choice between two set, I pick the hardest set 100% of the time. And why is that? Is because they always gives you the better outcome in the long term. And if you think too much about short term, you never really grow, and that's difficult, and that's why you are where you are, because you're trying to do little leap. What about like lifting, like really doing the approach that you're the most uncomfortable with, the set that you know it's not gonna work, it's not gonna land. What about that? I think getting a girl on a date and closing is the easiest things to do. It's so easy. Your success rate should be like insane, way above like 70-80%. And cold approach, on the other end, it's a lot harder, because you meet the woman, you meet the girl, and it's like a mini date, but there's a lot of like other like circumstances depending on where you meet her, how you meet her, the logistics gonna be key. But it kind of remove you like this whole setup of date. To me, it was just clearly just like a time that didn't want to spend. Like sure, if you're really crazy about taking your girls on date, go for it. But to me, my answer was like, I don't take girls on date because the arrangement logistic of it was just taking too much time, like texting all those girls. But I know how it is. You got a lot of like in your phone, your funnel, and you're trying to arrange date based on their logistic and your logistic. So that becomes very complicated, because girls always have some shit to do, little things to do. Tons of guys are hitting them up, taking them like on, they bribe them on all kinds of things, even their friends. So you're competing now with our schedule, where when I meet a girl in the nightclub, she's just right here, or in a bar, or at the park, or wherever, she's just right here. So I can really discern very quickly what's the real logistical issues. versus you on text, on the afterthought, trying to bring her, and you're still gonna need the same skill set. And that's what I mean by long term versus short term. When you do have that skill set, you do not need all this like question about strategy, about funneling girls and all that. You don't even spend the time. Like it's not even in my mind. Like my mind is more like, okay, today I need to release this video. I need to set up this podcast. I hope you guys like my little plan. I'm trying to look more pro. But you're thinking about all the things that make you probably more successful as a man, trying to become a good man instead of like wasting time like texting girls. To me, like if you text a girl, that should be just purely logistic, which is where you are. Like I'm gonna go to this, come by, things like that. That should be as easy as that. You should not like thinking about, oh, I'm trying to line up this date and this other girl. That's just like way too much time that guys spend on. So again, I'm not I'm not a hater of like this question, but I can see the underlying issue here, which is decide between two girls where you're gonna spend your time. To me, it's always about logistics. So if you really wanna like and one of them, like you were saying, actually is a friend of benefit, so you don't have to like do anything. So again, I'm thinking about growth, like during the time that you're learning the skill set, you should be really trying to get the reps, get the reference experience, get the harder girl, get the harder set, and learn those, because you'll be surprised when it works. Now you're a different man, and now you don't have to worry about like those little questions. Should I stay with my girlfriend or a friend of benefit or talking to this new girl? That's something that would never really come to my mind. Never. I would never really like think about, oh, I'm seeing this girl. Should I sing another girl? Of course, you should. If there is an attractive girl in front of you, you can see immediately which one is the most attractive and the one that you wanna maybe eventually have intimacy with. So you should never really ask that type of question. You should be more thinking about, okay, if I want to be that type of man and have like this abundance of girl, I have not to think about this, because it's a big, I mean, your biggest asset in life is time. And I think about my time very carefully, because at the end of the day, you can have like sex with all the girls that you want, you can have all the money that you want. Your time's going to be your biggest asset. So ask yourself more with your time, how do you want to spend that time? And sure enough, right now, maybe it's not going so well. Maybe you're just like having sex with this okay girl. Like I'm guessing it's like a 7 okay girl, and you're wondering, should I try to hook up with this new one, which is 8.5 or something? Sure, go for the 8.5. Always go for the harder set. Always go for the things that are require some like balls, requiring some a little bit of like challenge yourself. Because if you stay like, if you think you're gonna be like staying with one girl and you're gonna develop yourself, you just fool yourself. So I hate this mindset. And again, in the question, you can tell every question that we're getting like from, let's say, the forum, we're getting a question on bootcamp. They always comes from like scarcity. They always come from like lack of view on the short term versus long term. Of course, when you're on a bootcamp, you want to ask a question immediate, like what should I do now? And that's what me and Jeff are doing live. And sometimes we do demonstration, and sometimes we steal the girl in front of the student, because why not? And what you wondering is more like little detail, like things that really don't matter. And during a live like exercise, sure, those questions should be definitely addressed. Like, oh, I met this girl in the club right now, and I met the other one, let's say a little further away. She's still with her friend. Which one should I use? Which one should I go for? That's a better question to me, because it's right in front of you, and you still need to get a better sense of like priority, like what's better logistic. Again, you want to go with harder, higher quality, but when you like dealing in front of you, you need to deal with logistic. What's most likely going to close here? So in your question, I don't think we have that, because one of them is already established, and that's another one. Keep adding them to the funnel. You should be really thinking, how many girls can I deal at the same times? That was like what I was doing. I was getting crazy with all those girls texting me. It's a very like bizarre like things when you start having so many girls, you have sex and you sing and you spend some time with. It's so bizarre, because you gotta juggle with all those girls. You gotta remember the name. You gotta remember like what they like, and not like getting confused with some aspect, some little detail that they throw at you on purpose. So it becomes like a little nightmare, to be honest, to remembering all those things, because you got so many, and it's a little management issue. So again, think every time more about short term than long term, and you'd be good. On that note, I'm gonna go make a little bit more money, and I'm gonna go also surfing tonight. It's Friday. I'm here in San Diego still. We're going next weekend on the bootcamp in Austin, so you should be there. The link is in the bio. Check it out. It's gonna be super dope being in Texas with all those girls, and I'll see you soon. Peace.